there was a story that kind of went around last couple days where Larry David decided to, I don't know, like assault or whatever, if that's what you want to call it, Elmo on the Today Show. It wasn't a huge deal, but apparently Will Wheaton, of all people, decided to jump in on this because for some reason it was very triggering to him. Before I really kind of jump into his meltdown over this situation, I just kind of want to play the clip of what actually happened on the Today Show because, like I said, I don't think it was a huge deal, but apparently he was really upset by it.
All right, let's go over to Alfred, checking the weather. And
Not yet. Wait.
Okay, so this.
Oh my gosh.
So obviously
Elmo,
that's
don't you?
not scripted, going by their reactions to it.
Ask permission before you touch people, Larry.
Let's get back on the couch and let's talk about how you're feeling.
Okay, so.
They would have canceled the show, Elmo.
So, yeah, that was basically the whole situation there. I mean, I think Larry David thought it would just kind of be funny because he was supposed to be coming on later to talk about the last season of his show. And then he decided to do that. So, like, I think it was just kind of a joke, but obviously it wasn't planned. So they're kind of like, okay, you shouldn't have done that sort of thing. And fair enough. And that's really what it is. A little bit later in the segment, they had him back on. What is it? Yeah, here.
And from your heart.
Give him a camera shot.
From where?
From your heart. Exactly. So,
Yeah, ask him to apologize.
What organ are you talking about?
Yeah, just,
your heart.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Say you're sorry.
Elmo,
Larry?
I just want to apologize.
Thank you, Larry.
That's very big of you.
Elmo accepts your apology,
Yeah.
Larry.
What did he
And
say?
Louis,
Like I said, I think he was just trying to be funny or whatever, do something off the cuff. And it was like, okay, yeah, just don't do that. And he's like, okay, yeah, fair enough. But I mean, it's still kind of a ridiculous situation. But jumping into what Will Wheaton said, because I mean, he went off the rails on this one. He took to his own personal Facebook page to talk about it. And yeah, you can see here, this has a screen grab. This huge essay about what's wrong with this sort of situation. They have excerpts from it in this article. I'll just read directly from his own essay here. So I heard about Larry David assaulting Elmo on the live, I think he means live television, but didn't watch it until now because I knew it would upset me. Holy S. It's even worse than I thought. What the F is wrong with that guy? Elmo is like the best friend to multiple generations of children. In the Sesame Street universe, Elmo is a child who is currently putting mental health and caring for others in the spotlight. And Larry F. and David did that. And that it was going to be what? Or funny? What? I mean, dude, relax. It's like, I mean, it was just a joke. It's not a big deal. What an a-hole. What a stupid, self-centered, tone-deaf a-hole. Oh, this part right here is actually quite telling. Full disclosure, all the time when I was growing up, my dad would grab me by the shoulders and shake me while he screamed in my face. He choked me more than once. He was always out of control, always in a furious rage. I think he's confusing his childhood with Bart Simpson. And he always terrified. I'm a 51-year-old man. And are you really a 51-year-old man? And my heart is pounding right now, recalling how I felt when I was a little boy who loved Grover the way today's kids love Elmo. All right. It gets to a point where, should we really be laughing at Will Wheaton? Because he's clearly someone with mental health issues with this. But at the same time, it's like, come on, it's not that big of a deal. It was just kind of a bad joke or a poor attempt at humor or something like that if you didn't find it funny. And so what? I mean, does it really so traumatizing to actually see that happen? I personally didn't think it was traumatizing at all. It was just kind of a dumb thing that happened. But apparently this really upset him. Like, I've never seen anyone get this upset over something so trivial, but that's kind of to be expected with him because that's really all he does to try to be relevant is to just chime in on things that has nothing to do with him. But You know, here he is. Larry David is not okay. You obviously insincere apology clearly communicates that you don't get it. First of all, you aren't even in the segment, but you just decided to barge in and draw focus because why? You couldn't stand that a puppet brought people together in a meaningful way that you can't. Yeah, kind of like how he's just barging into this whole discourse and trying to insert himself into it when he has nothing to do with it at all. You couldn't stand that your appearance on national television to promote your wildly successful series was delayed for a few seconds. It really wasn't delayed at all. It was just his segment was coming later on. At that point, they were talking with Elmo. While the adults talked about mental health. Yeah, something that you clearly need to deal a lot with. You wanted to manufacture a viral moment where everyone gets to see what an a-hole you are. Yeah, that's kind of his whole shtick right there. I mean, where have you been? So you'll tune in and watch you portray an a-hole in the last season of your show. Yeah, probably. This definitely was a marketing ploy by him. Whether it worked out or not remains to be seen. But I'm not saying that that wasn't the intent. The only issue is that he thought it would go over a little bit differently than it actually did. And it's not that big of a deal. I really want to know what raced through your tiny mind and why there was no voice or person who spoke up to him. Yeah, they were kind of telling him like, wait at the start of that whole thing. Yeah, I mean, he just kind of goes on like this. I'll leave a link to this article in the description of the video if you want to see his whole right here, because I'm not going to go through the whole thing. But yeah, this just screams like, I'm not going to say a cry for help, but someone who clearly has problems. But I mean, it has to do with the fact that he really has no reason to be relevant in any way, shape, or form. He was basically on a popular show years ago, back in the early to mid 90s. And that's pretty much it. If it wasn't for Star Trek, he would not really be known for anything else. And now he's just kind of almost just builds a career off of being a parody of himself. But right now, the parody of himself is just nothing that people actually are interested in. I mean, this guy is completely out of his mind when it comes to stuff like this. I mean, as you can see from his rant, I don't think that was him trying to actually, I don't know, play up anything. I think that really is just him. He probably was like on the computer late at night, saw that, and it just set something off in him. And the only reason someone would be that upset by that and what he was diving into with his own personal childhood just goes to show that there is some issues that he's working through that he really needs to get help with, because this is someone who clearly isn't well. I mean, the dude still wears a mask whenever he goes out places, and he's still advocating for getting the 20th booster or something like that. So, I mean, no one in their right state of mind behaves in the way he does. And I mean, I do almost feel bad laughing at him just because of how sad he has become. So maybe I shouldn't be, I don't know, I'm just making fun of him in this situation. Maybe I should be a little bit more empathetic with this, but at the same time, what he was writing was just so funny to me, and I just can't help it. But let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. Do you think Larry David went too far? Do you think Will Wheaton was being unhinged with this? And also, if you haven't already, make sure you click that like button, share the video because it really helps the channel, and also subscribe if you want to stay up to date with the latest in entertainment news. Thank you.